Hello all, welcome to series How to Build Test Automation Framework using Page Object Model in Selenium and Java. In today's video, I'm going to talk about waits in Selenium. In automation test scenarios, sometimes we need to wait for a particular element for certain amount of time. And in order to do so, Selenium provides three different types of wait. First, implicit wait, second, explicit wait, and third, fluent wait. So we will see all these waits one by one. However, in this video, I'm going to talk in detail about implicit wait. So what is an implicit wait? So implicit wait tells the Selenium WebDriver to wait for certain amount of time in order to find the specific element, and if it does not find that particular element, then it throws no such element exception. So let's see the syntax of implicit wait. So I'm as you see, this is the base test and I'm adding an implicit wait in the setup method. Why? Because implicit wait is a global wait. If you whatever the wait time you add, it will be constant throughout the application, throughout your test automation execution, and every action will maximum wait for the given implicit wait time. So let me just write the syntax. Driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicitly wait, and it requires two parameter. One is time given in long, so I'll take 5 and the time unit, and I will give the time unit in seconds. We can either give it in microseconds or millisecond or nanosecond. So if you give a millisecond, then you have to give 5,000. Then again it will be a second, so simply I'm giving the seconds. So now when you do this, so you have defined the implicit wait of 5, and every action will maximum wait for 5 seconds. So let's see the importance of this implicit wait. This is our first test script, test heading, and in this test script we are reading the actual heading and then asserting it. So let's go to the get heading method. Here we are finding the element and then reading the text. So what implicit will do over here, if Selenium find this element, then it's well and good and you will able to read the text. And if this element, let's say it loads after page loading, it appears after let's say 2 seconds, so Selenium will wait for a 2 second or the maximum 5 second in order to find this element. So let me just quickly put the debugger or let's first run and let me just give some invalid class name. So now this is I have given an invalid class name. This means that this class or this element won't be present on a page. And let's see how our script behaves over here. So you see this script halts for a 5 second because it is searching for invalid class name. And also if we see our error stack trace, it is throwing no such element exception. Okay, now if we won't give this implicit wait, and then let's again run and see the difference. Now a script executes and it fails as soon as it lands on the page, because now this time the script is not waiting for 5 seconds. Maybe we can debug and look it more closely. So now its execution stops at the point where I have given the uh, uh, debug point. And in the base test, you have noticed like I have put the command. So now for this execution, we have not given an execution, we have not given the implicit wait. And let's evaluate. So I just click on evaluate, and it gets it tries to find out the element, and this invalid is not present. So that's why it's throwing the exception. So you click, you see it's throwing the exception as uh, 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 as soon as like it's not waiting for any time, it just as soon as you click on the evaluate button, it throwing an exception. Now let's add the implicit wait. Driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicitly wait. I'll give, let's say for our testing purpose, let's give 10 seconds, and let's click on evaluate. So now you can see it's just evaluating, it is waiting for 10 seconds, and after that it will throw no such element exception. So again, if you see, so it is waiting for 10 seconds. Now let me give the correct class name, which is heading, and let me click on evaluate. So you see uh, it it finds the element within a micro second. So what does this implicit wait do? It polls the DOM every millisecond, and as soon as it finds the element, it will as soon as it will find the element, the execution goes to the next statement. So in, for example, if you see, like I have given a 10-second, but it is not waiting for 10 seconds, because it finds the it find the element. And if in case the element is not present, or element is loaded after, let's say, few seconds, so it will wait for that amount of time, or maximum 10 second, or whatever the implicit wait time you have given. Okay, so let's continue our execution. So we have given a incorrect class name, so it will get failed, and let me give the correct one, and let's execute. Before that, let me uncomment this, and let's execute our test script. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to demonstrate in this video, and stay connected to see next video on explicit wait. Thank you. In today's video, I'm going to talk about waits in Selenium